If you're thinking about moving to Florida and wondering if Lakeland is a good place to live, you're watching the right video. Hey everyone, my name is Amy. I'm a realtor and I spend a lot of time in Lakeland. And today I'm going to tell you the top 10 reasons why Lakeland is a very good place to live. Be sure to keep watching to the very end and we will take a tour of some Lakeland homes.
Reason number 1, location. Lakeland is located in Central Florida, about 35 miles east of Tampa. Lakeland is about 55 miles southwest of Orlando, and both of these cities are easily accessible from Lakeland on Interstate 4, making it an ideal Florida location. Reason number 2, a thriving downtown district. In downtown Lakeland, there are several historic districts and many buildings and homes on historic registries, including the old courthouse, which is now home to the Polk County History Center. Plus, so much of the downtown area features scenic views of the lake. That, in conjunction with lots of sprawling trees dripping with Spanish moss, not to mention the swans everywhere, make Lakeland a really beautiful city. One of the most popular downtown events is the Saturday Farmers Curb Market that takes up several downtown blocks across from Munn Park. At the market, you can find wares from local artists and craftspeople, farmers and restaurateurs, and sometimes even musicians. The market has become incredibly popular and speaks to the atmosphere of pride in the local resources. Plus, it's just a fun thing to do for everyone on a Saturday morning. Reason number 3 why Lakeland is a great place to live is its outdoor activities. I've already mentioned the amazing downtown of Lakeland, but part of its charm is the ability to walk or bike or skate along many of the scenic routes around the lake. But another downtown outdoor activity is Hollis Gardens, the botanical gardens downtown. In the greater Lakeland area, there are seemingly endless amounts of outdoor activities like biking at Carter Mountain Bike Trails or boating and wakeboarding at Elite Cable Park. There are numerous parks in Polk County, so you could also enjoy disc golf at Lois E. Hart Park, or take your furry babies for a hike or for some off-leash playtime at one of the many area dog parks. Lakeland is also home to the Sun and Fun Expo Campus, which hosts the huge yearly event that highlights flying exhibitions and education and hosts vendors and campers from all over the world. And that brings us to reason number 4, warm and sometimes hot and humid weather. The average temperature in winter in Lakeland is around 63 degrees. For example, this past January, the average daily high temperature was 75 and the average nightly low was 45. Not bad, right? But let's talk about summer heat. Of course, it's hot. The average high temperature from July 2020 was 91 degrees, and the average nighttime low was 78. In Florida, you have to consider humidity, and in very scientific terms, it's muggy, period. Another great thing about Lakeland? Reason number 5, sports and culture. First, there are several very nice museums in Lakeland and in the surrounding area, like Explorations 5 Children's Museum, the Frank Lloyd Wright Visitor Center, and the Polk Art Museum, a Smithsonian partner and part of Florida Southern, which we'll talk more about in a minute, and the Florida Air Museum, which is at the Sun and Fun Expo campus I mentioned before. Next, Lakeland is home to some very popular sports teams like the Lakeland Flying Tigers, and of course you can see the Detroit Tigers in spring training right in Lakeland. There's also the Lakeland Magic, which plays at the RP Funding Center. Reason number 6 why Lakeland is a good place to live is dining and shopping. Of course, there are tons of restaurants covering a wealth of cuisines and price points like Red Door and Mr. Fish, but one of the most critically acclaimed and loved is 1961, located downtown and featuring upscale Latin cuisine. For shopping, there are numerous strip mall centers located all around Lakeland with big box chains like Target and Publix and clothing stores like Loft and Old Navy. There are also boutiques and local markets as well. Reason number 7, schools. Since there are around 100,000 people in Lakeland, of course there are numerous schools within the Polk County school system and multiple private schools as well, like Lakeland Christian Academy. Lakeland has some local colleges as well, including Florida Polytechnic, Southeastern University, and most famously, Florida Southern College, home to the world's largest collection of Frank Lloyd Wright architecture, and which has been named by the Princeton Review as the most beautiful campus in the country. Reason number 8, cost of living. The cost of living in Lakeland is lower than both the national and Florida averages. Housing, which we'll discuss more in a moment, is slightly less expensive in Lakeland than even in Tampa, although prices in Lakeland are on the rise. Reason number 9, Awards. I'm obviously not the only one impressed with Lakeland because there are several categories of recognition from U.S. News and World Report for Lakeland, such as number 61 in Best Places to Live, number 18 in Best Places to Retire, number 7 in Fastest Growing Places, number 9 in Best Places to Live in Florida. Okay, finally, reason number 10 why Lakeland is a great place to live, and that is its real estate and housing market. In Lakeland, there are housing options for everyone, from apartments to townhomes to mansions. There are also multiple mobile home communities, 55 and over communities, and golf communities. I've talked a lot about the downtown district, and there are so many charming homes in the quaint historic neighborhoods. Let's take a look at a few. For example, these homes in the Mirror Lake Historic District range from this 1920s 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath bungalow listed at $250,000 to this 5-bedroom, 2-bath pool home listed for $370,000. To this $1.6 million 5-bed, 5-bath home overlooking the lake. On the outskirts of Lakeland, there are numerous subdivisions. This one, Carolyn Lakes, has lots of amenities, including pools, fitness center, tennis courts, and walking paths. These homes start at around $300,000. These homes are slightly newer, and some of the areas are still under construction. These homes start at around $250,000.
Hey, thanks for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed our tour of Lakeland as much as I did. In the description box, you will see a relocation guide that is, of course, yours. It's free. It's information I wish I had had when I moved here years ago. And if you would like more information on any homes listed in Lakeland or in Tampa, there's also a link for that too. Thanks for any likes or comments, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.